Hey, we're still going through our series on first time investors. One of the other jargons or catchphrases we use is called cash on cash return. Cash on cash return is another metric that we use basically just to kind of compare properties. There are scenarios where you're going to get better cash on cash return depending on how you buy the property. The simple equation is after your income and you reduce your expenses out, your basically net cash flow divided by the amount of money that you put into the property, basically your down payment and closing costs, gives you what we call a cash on cash return. So the simple way to think about it is how much money do I have to put into buying the property, and how much annually is my return going to be from that. So and then that gets divided into a percentage. At the end of the day, anywhere between 5 to 12% cash on cash return is a relatively good return on your cash. And when you are buying your first property and you're actually living in it and using a very, very low down payment, if a down payment at all, like if you're using a VA loan, your cash on cash return can be stupid in the form of, like, if you're doing a 0% down, like obviously your yield at that point or your return is infinite, because if you have no money into the deal and you're making cash return on it, then yeah, that's a crazy place to be. But most people, they're going to be shooting for between that 5 to 12% cash on cash return when they're putting anywhere from 20 to 30% down on a property. And it's been harder to achieve. There are definitely scenarios where cash on cash return is not going to be the biggest metric for all investors, but it is something to factor. Again, it's one of those things where if you've got two properties side by side, like we were talking a little bit on the cap rate yesterday on cash on cash return, you can see, okay, for building number one, if I put X amount of dollars down, how much cash am I going to get back on that I put down? And then compare that to building number two. That could be the deciding factor on which building that you buy. If you have any questions below, let me know. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.